cannon, so let's start the show. Joe and Jeff got the juice, keep the show on fire. Josh brings the news straight from the source with no desire. The judge, our wise advisor, keeps us in line. Fresh from the comic shop, showcase your design. Ask Joe the comic book ninja for insights to explore. The popcorn gets to know you from straight to the core. I guess I'll have to think, cause I'm we make some freaks. So much more to discover, this show's a hit. Anything can happen on a comic book canon. Anything can happen on a comic book canon. Anything can happen on a comic book canon. So let's start.
That's right. Anything can happen on a comic book canon, including us being late on a casual canon. I'm not set up, guys. I didn't tell you this in the pre-show here backstage, but the reason I am late is because I went to go get beer.
That's a good reason.
What kind of beer?
Yingling.
Oh, I should have known that. Dang it.
Yeah, actually, you should have. You got the Shinerbach down there, though. I do like me some Shinerbach.
Shinerbach is good, yeah, but I'm not down there, but yeah.
Oh, I'm
it's
old
very
school Budweiser. Am I still allowed on the show?
Hell
No,
yeah.
you-
But I'll
all
tell
right.
you what. Look, Budweiser gets a lot of shit.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to be fair, Bud Light sucks. However, Budweiser proper, I think, is like a very, very cold Budweiser, right? Like out of the ice. That's super crisp. If it's your first beer, oh yeah, I'm all about it. Definitely all about it.
You're right about that. It's been one of the most underrated. It's a Pilsner, but it's the most consistent Pilsner out there, and it's very inexpensive, enjoyable, good taste. I'm happy with it.
Right? It's not bad at all. So I'm not going to give you shit.
I'm a
Naomi
sucker
may give
for.
you shit.
Nah. I mean, Budweiser is like the only thing that you can buy at like Wrigley Field, so you have to get used to it.
Are you
Old
serious?
style. Oh no.
Old style, yes.
This is what you need, and I just happen to have a supply here, thanks to a good friend of mine. I don't know if we can do this without getting in any trouble. Oh, I got trouble here.
I'm a
This
sucker
one's
for
busted.
Asian beer. That stuff is crazy.
Those are good.
What,
Yeah,
like
those are
Sapporo?
good.
Clean.
You know, Turkey
Hold
Hill
on.
chocolate milk
Hold
is
on,
pretty
hold
good.
on, hold on.
Turkey Hill chocolate milk is good for sure.
I heard you like Kool-Aid.
That is old style.
Oh,
And that's what
yeah.
they sell at Wrigley Field in Chicago, which I've been to a few times. But if you're a Cub fan like I am, this is mandatory.
Yes. It's
Listen.
Grandpa's favorite. Not you, my grandpa.
I don't mind being grandpa on this show. That's fine.
No, we have
I can-
never, ever called you grandpa.
No,
Never.
It's on its way. I'll be right back. I got to wash my hands.
It's casual canning. You can do that. You can wash your hands now if you want. As I'm trying to set up live, I need to go upstairs and get my beer that I ran out for. Because, again, it's casual cannon. Sun's out, guns out. Am I right? That's it, Josh. Give it to us. Who else do we got on here tonight?
I don't know. I'm
not
trying to
many
get
people.
people in. Oh, there we go.
Wait, are we drinking? Yeah, it's a Tuesday. Hello.
Doctors in the house.
1 million people on the TikToks right now, and we have 4 million on the YouTube. So yeah, this is going to be a great show. We have no itinerary, no plans whatsoever. So we're going to need some of you all to kind of join in on the fun as well. The link is in the description to join us live on camera. I messed up the time on when you all could
Right.
join us. That's my fault. I'll own it. But Josh, you know what's your fault? Honestly, it's
We've given him every opportunity to succeed on the canon. Week in and week out, he pulls this same crap.
Thunderbolts, #1, my favorite book in the PC, but I'm going to show you guys why. Two! Oh!
You just destroy your favorite book in your PC?
Oh god, that's
Hey,
fucking
you-
terrible.
Oh my!
For clout.
Oh.
Okay, now maybe you'll get.
I just got to eat a quick snack to make myself feel better.
Oh,
I know a lot of you are parents. We're parents on the canon too. I've just lost any type of strategy on how to rein him in. Please, if anybody can help, we'd love to hear your video comments, see your video comments in the replies.
Yeah. I mean, that was a little rough
Hey, I
to
still got
watch.
the book right here too. Look at that.
Wait, time out. What do you have?
I still have the book right here.
You put it together?
I'm not looking
Oh my God. So baby.
Oh, Lord.
You see,
I mean, look at this.
I got a great fresh from
You
the
love
comic
me.
shop coming up
She loves
this
me.
weekend. Okay,
I'm sorry, say that again, Joshua.
I got a great fresh from the comic shop coming up that I think Nuri Jordan's gonna love. It's
Did it come
let me
out
put
of
it like this: the post is gonna be on fire.
Well, I can't wait to see it, actually. Very excited.
Me too. I just hope I don't burn my apartment down.
There's
doing
not
it.
going to be any comic book violence, is there, in the future?
No, not
Okay,
today.
wow. I'm still traumatized by that. I'm sorry.
Guys,
No,
look at
Did
the
we all
down,
see?
bottom left. It says anything can happen. So Dan, maybe
Okay.
Naomi.
All
I'm
right.
sorry,
Okay.
I cut you off.
We'll
No,
ride
no.
wild
Did we
here.
all see what Nori posted on his Instagram about
Oh,
it?
amazing.
That was
That
pretty.
was
Yeah,
epic.
me and him were messaging during the show and stuff, and so he's going he's going to be at Terrificon, and I plan on being there the whole weekend as well. And me and him are going to definitely go head to head at some point on the
I can't wait.
Con. And
I hope
he's
there's
there with the
physical
video.
violence at Terrificon. I hope you destroy somebody's booth that just deserves it. Maybe how's that? Like, I don't want to
Here's
see
what I'm gonna
anybody.
do. I'm not
people
gonna
in the
like.
community that we know and love. But yeah,
No, I'm gonna follow him around so he can't see me, obviously. And then when he goes up looking at a copy of Thunderbolts 1 9.8, I'm just gonna take a hammer out and smash it.
oh
And
my
every
God.
time he goes up to somebody's booth looking for a Thunderbolts book, I'm either gonna buy it right in front of him before he can and set it on fire, or rip it or something. That's what I'm gonna
You're
do.
probably going to get kicked out. By the
Yeah.
way,
Can't allow that.
no, Brandon, you can come on right now. The link is in the description to jump in because you do owe me $12.87, and you haven't been on the show in quite a while, and I'd like to talk to you as to why you have not paid me. So
Now,
that
Jeff,
could be
we
an
have
awkward
to
conversation.
back up a little bit. We may have to cut ties with Josh because if he's going to go postal on us, that could have some legal repercussions on us. So, Josh, you may be on your own for a while.
I'm kind of planning out my Terrificon. I'm gonna get some signatures. I'm gonna get some books. I got some cool. I can't wait. I'm kind of freaking out about it because
Wait, Haley Atwell's going to be there?
yeah, the future wifey.
Nah, I'll fight you for her.
Your
Whoa,
handwriting
hold
looks
on,
exactly
hold on.
how I thought it would.
Where's your,
Wait,
where's
can
your
we see the
fiance
handwriting again, by the way?
at? Did your fiance hear you say that?
Naomi,
no.
you got me with that one.
Yeah, I bet. She didn't.
She's upstairs. She can't hear much unless she's watching live. She may be watching live.
But I want to meet. I'm gonna meet her and get her to sign probably my Captain Carter #1. I have a beautiful. It's Justice League: The Adventures with an Alex Ross cover of the team from the animated series, and the Green Arrow. Or not Green Arrow. Martin Manhunter actor and John Stewart actor will be there, so I'm gonna get them to sign it. I want to get the whole cast to sign it. The only issue is, Kevin's no longer with us for Batman, so that's going to be incomplete. But
Who's that? Wait, I'm sorry. Oh, I see what I see what you're saying. Speaking of, we're going to get to that in a second, and I think Dan, I'm going to bring up full screen. But can we make matching shirts that say "I was there when Josh was banned from Terrificon"? Hell yeah, man! Hell yeah! Even if he's we need to set him up, even if he kind of wusses out, Brandon. So let's make sure that happens. How about that? Okay, so we had a passing in the community recently.
Yeah.
This kind of sucks. So Dan, I'm going to bring you up full screen here because I think you have a few words to say. Yeah.
When you welcome someone into your home, no matter what it is. Sorry about the hair. I've been outside all day, so I got my old man hair going on. When you welcome somebody in your life, in your home, whatever, you welcome them because you trust them. And one of those people was, of course, Stan Lee, Gene Roddenberry. The list goes on. And we had yet another person that this really hurt me yesterday, almost as much, and that's Jim Shooter. Jim Shooter was a brilliant writer. He was sort of a savant at a very young age. I met him the same year that I said goodbye to Stan Lee in San Jose at the Silicon Valley Comic-Con. After having, an emotional goodbye from Stan Lee, I go upstairs and lo and behold, there's Jim Shooter. And I talked to him for a moment and I said, I really appreciate what you did back in the early days of Marvel, because what had happened was once Marvel started to get going, because they had a hit, Stan Lee could no longer be editor-in-chief. So there was a whole list of people in and out the door, sort of like the old George Steinbrenner Yankees regarding editors-in-chief. And the last one was Jim Shooter. Now, Shooter looked at things differently. He had seen that they had a number of money troubles because they're running their business horribly. Books were always behind. There was always deadlines they didn't meet, so they were hemorrhaging money. So Shooter decided to make a few very drastic changes. And these changes didn't go well with the former editors and a lot of people that worked at Marvel. But he saved Marvel. And I was able to thank him for that. We had a chat about those years. He appreciated my words because he took a lot of slings and arrows during those days. But aside from that, his writing was brilliant. He struck me, if you've ever watched The Big Bang Theory, the character Sheldon Cooper, he's very much a stoic but very brilliant individual. That fits Jim Shooter to a T. And when I was a kid, I had bought these comics. I've got to be very careful with. That's why I wanted to wash my hands. Secret Wars 1. When this came out back in 1984, I believe it was, this was the first and only series that I could not wait for the next issue. I was gravitated by this whole thing. What Shooter did was introduce a new element that was not in comics at the time. He introduced a being far more powerful than Galactus. In those days, because again, I'm a Silver and Bronze Age collector, the powerhouses were Galactus, Odin, and Zeus. And that was pretty much it. Well, he introduced the Beyonder, and the Beyonder was someone way more powerful than anybody, and that blew my mind. The story was fantastic. The artwork was great. I did get him to sign it. Now I've got 3 other comics that I had him sign, so I want to show you the signature on the splash page. So there's the Jim Shooter signature there that I had him sign. And he didn't charge anything for signing. He would talk to anybody, didn't charge anything. It was a very, very, very nice man. And when I heard of his passing yesterday, like I said, that hit home with me. That was rough. I'm still dealing with it. And again, I met him the one time. But we love these comics. We love our entertainment, whether it's television, books, or whatever. And when you lose someone that you followed for the longest time, you feel it.
That's for sure. Again, for those that don't know, Jim Shooter, an icon in comics, and as Dan said, saved Marvel, started Valiant, has done so much. Part of the Secret Wars, obviously, Black Suit Spider-Man, all of that. So he recently passed. I feel like it was out of nowhere. I never heard of any ailments that he had. So it was definitely sad to hear that and see that yesterday, I believe it was, right? Right, Dan?
Yes.
So I don't know if anybody wants to come on. Again, you are more than welcome to discuss, such as Mon's Comics, aka Brandon. Hello, sir. How are you, buddy?
Well, we gotta let him go.
In the middle of nowhere, brother.
Welcome.
Wait, let's see this middle of nowhere. Show us around.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, that deck is incredible. You got some vegetables growing there for dinner tonight, probably, right?
There's some squash.
Self-sustainable, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What shirt is that? A Chicago Cubs shirt you're wearing?
No, it's Colgate. It's where I work.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yo,
Pond.
That's so far.
Wait, you got a little pond there? You get in that kayak? Come
Yeah, you
on,
come up
man.
whenever you want, Jeff. You and Josh. Not Joe, though.
No, not
Dan,
Joe. We
you
hate
guys
Joe.
come up.
How far are you away from like New York City?
4.5 hours.
Okay.
Whew.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'll be stopping by today.
Go off your stack and pond.
Maybe tomorrow. All right, so here's the deal. You owe me money, $12.87. I've been saying this for quite a while. I can't remember what it's for, but given that fact, you're kind of blacklisted. This is the only time you're going to be coming up here or on here until you apologize and send me a check. And I wanted a check.
It was so that you would say you were my friend at Terrificon. That's what it was for.
That's what it was. That's where we first formally met. You pulled me over to the corner. You're like, I only have $87.13 on me. Can you act as my friend? I go, if you make it an even 100, we got it's a deal. You agreed. We went around. I was like, this is my best friend, Brandon. He saved my life many times. I was swimming in his pond and my floaties came off and I almost drowned. But there he was. He saved my life, and I'm very happy about that. So, yeah, that's what it was
Hero.
for. Absolute hero. This guy. Actually, I made that story up. By the way, I think his camera froze. Look at that beautiful mug right there. Adorable. Everybody, please take a screenshot of that and feel free to do whatever you want.
Screw you, Jeff.
But anyways, yeah, so that's what it was for. So I deserve an apology. It's been over a year. I'm not sure if there's going to be any interest added to this. But that said, I'm glad we figured it out because I could not remember at all.
I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. You can come swim. You can come barbecue whenever you want up here. It's gorgeous.
It is. Can you be a little bit more sincere, though?
I'm very sorry, Jeff. I'm going to catch you frog legs for dinner right now.
Like hands and knees, be like, can you please accept my apology type of a deal, but make it your own.
Can you please accept my apology? I mean, it's been almost a year, and it's really bothered me every night.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Is he
He
sincere?
seems like a nice enough guy. I'm on the fence about it, but
Legs.
He what?
He offered frog legs.
he did.
I've never had frog legs before.
Chicken wings. They're like chicken wings.
Okay.
Do your children know you're live on the most popular show ever of all time of live shows?
They
They're
love
trying
it.
to talk to you right now?
They've actually caught frogs. They've got a bucket full of frogs right now. They're hungry. So.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
we're
we all
bucket
learned
full
about
of
frog
frogs.
legs. Timeout. Gosh, this is gonna get difficult. Who are we gonna bump out? Well, we know who we're gonna bump out. I mean, let's be honest here. We got Dr. Guillaume in the house. What is up, sir?
Hey everyone, how are you?
How's it going there? Summertime. What is the temperature?
No, it's really cold here. It's summer. It's winter. It's not summer. It's summer over there. It's winter.
What's
over
really cold though?
here. No, it's not really cold. It's not for the standards, but I know it gets really chilly in some parts of the states. It gets really cold in the southern part of Argentina. It's the closest any countries to Antarctica.
Okay.
So it's really cold, but I'm not there.
Where are you?
I'm in the middle.
Oh, okay. All right, so stop.
So it's
Secret
not-
lab.
Yeah, I hear birds. I think that's. Oh, wait, that could be Brandon actually.
Yeah.
And this is an odd. Oh, that's why. Oh, he's using his cell phone. That's why it's an odd-looking shape. Anyways, all right. So this is going swimmingly here. We got two people on, as you know. All you 5 million people watching right now. The millions of people that are watching, you're able to come on live, just like Dr. Guillaume and Brandon, who are actually alumnus of Comic Book Canon. So with that said, Naomi, you do a daily Star Wars affirmation. Are you available to do that now? Do you have everything you need? I know you're not at home base right now, but
Got it.
You're ready. You want to do it right now, or should we hold it?
Sure.
Hold it up?
I can do it right now.
Why don't we do that? So explain to everybody what you do. Y'all better be following Naomi, and the TikToks link is down below. Not the TikToks, but also the Instagrams as well. So let's talk here. Daily affirmation, but Star Wars edition.
Yes. So I went to Gods and Monsters in Florida, Orlando, Florida, and I found this Star Wars affirmation cards, and I thought it was really awesome. They gear it towards kids. I don't really care. So I still got it, and it comes with all these cards, and they are color coordinated depending on what the category is. And the one that I chose for today is inspiration. And it comes with like what it is. And then if it does have it, it'll tell a little bit more in the little booklet. So you're supposed to do one per day. And I have been doing it. I've been getting a lot of like really good reception with it. So without further ado, I'm going to read it.
This is exciting, everybody. This is a Comic Book Canon first, by the way. So maybe we make it a regular thing every Sunday night. Another segment for Naomi. Suns out, guns out, by the way. That is the theme tonight, as you see. All right.
All right. So it says, hope is like the sun. If you only believe in it when you see it, you'll never make it through the night. Don't look to others to give you the hope that you will succeed. That hope is already inside of you. Furthermore, it says, when we're caught in the middle of a tough situation, it can be easy to give in to worry and despair. As General Leia Organa knows too well, hope has a tendency to vanish from sight on occasion, but it always returns if we're willing to hold on to it. Have you ever felt hopeless before? What can you do to stay strong when things take a turn for the worse? And there she is, General.
Oh.
Yes.
For her passing. That is phenomenal right there, everybody. Daily affirmations from Naomi. Brandon, did you pay attention?
It's got frog legs to worry about.
All right, listen.
That was a wonderful affirmation from Princess Leia Organa. I am a Star Wars nerd. I've got a Wampa tattooed on my hand. That was beautiful.
Nice.
By the way, Chris, if you want to jump on board here, why, the first, both of us started the canon. So I was hoping, Naomi, I was hoping upon hope that it would also include the rebellions are built on hope. That was disappointing because that's a big lesson for kids right there.
It is. It is.
But other than that, that's a great get. I know you're pumped to get that, and you do it every day, right?
Yeah. So I spent literally a day recording like 50 of them so that I can just put them out every day. That's why I'm wearing the same thing and everyone.
That's smart. All right, we're gonna see.
So I only have 2 affirmations from Star Wars that I repeat constantly.
Go ahead.
One is I'm with the Force and the Force is with me, right? So that's one we can always use. And the other one is never read the comments. That's something I learned with Star Wars, but that I have for different properties as well. Never read the comments.
Absolutely true. I'm sure some of the stuff that you've worked on, you're like, I'm not going to read any of the comments or criticisms here.
Yeah.
By the way, Alicia loves that. So daily, she better be watching right now because I need your help, Naomi. And right now, I'm going to remove myself and bring Josh back in because I'm going to get another beer. She just won't watch Star Wars. So just talk about this for a little bit. Actually, I'm going to bring her on. By the way, Chris, the link is in the description, but we only have room for 5 people.
I'm going to bow out. I will let one of the original comic book canon people go on. I will bow out. I just want to come on and say hi. I'm sorry, Jeff, for my transgressions. Dan, Naomi, nice to meet you. Our friend from Argentina, you guys are wonderful. I have to go catch some frogs and cook dinner. Let Journo pop on. And thanks for letting me hang out for a second. I missed you guys.
Yeah, send us links or send us pictures of that.
Okay, buddy, you got
Go
it.
Birds!
You guys have a great night.
Go
Thanks,
Birds!
Brandon.
Go Steelers.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Who did I just knock off stage? Oh, Dr. Guillaume. My bad. All right, I'm going to bring Josh here to center. And actually, I'm going to try and get Alicia down here to talk to you, Naomi, because I need you to kind of convince her that why Star Wars is so great, and she has to give it a chance.
Okay. Yep. I'm here for it. I got my Vader shirt on.
I'll be back.
So what's up, guys?
Good to see everybody here.
Actually, no. Okay, that's awkward. I didn't leave you guys with anything to talk about. So how about this? How about
I got some Star Wars to show off.
No, why don't we do this, Josh, real quick? This is you, Josh. Take this and run with it. Josh. I'm rolling this.
Yesterday, Matt Reeves turned in the script for the Batman Part 2. My question is, what title would you like to see take place to the Batman Part 2 out of these 4? Court of Owls, City of Fear, Heart of Ice, or One More Bad Day? Leave a comment down below and let me know what title you would like to see for the Batman Part 2.
All right, so what titles would you guys like to see for the Batman Part 2?
Well, first of all, it's getting a little confusing because are they kind of running like on a second universe, that sort of thing? Because they're having 2 Batmans, at the same time, basically.
The current, this is what I'm hearing. Depending on how successful Superman is, Matt Reeves' Batman could be the Batman of the DCU. So say say it was very successful and Superman does a lot of money, they could possibly go ahead and bring Robert Pattinson as Batman. But I also heard if Superman's not successful and doesn't do well, then they want Matt Reeves to continue his own universe. But James Gunn pretty much has said that, he wants to do his own Batman. They're still writing Brave and the Bold, which honestly I think is a good idea. And because Matt Reeves has he's part of the Elseworld universe technically, and they want to do Elseworld stories for different characters and with actors, which I think is a great idea because that way you can get a mainline DCU that can focus on a eventually bigger team up, Justice League, JSA eventually maybe, and then you can also have an Elseworlds kind of going on where, you just get different stories told for maybe smaller characters or continuation of the Matt Reeves universe, which I think is excellent at this point so far.
Well, the possible drawback, and Marvel's running into this with the multiverse. You remember Crisis on Infinite Earth with the DC title. That was the reason. The genesis for that was to sort of clean up all the multiverse titles that were all. What? We have a guest star. I got to stop what I'm saying. We have a very good guest star that is being dragged in, or is she here by her own volition, or Jeff, or is there something
you give
we need
him
to
one
know here?
beer?
Yeah, exactly. This is how I act. We got
Lisa, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
She's got things to do real quick, but we got two things to say, right?
Yeah.
Two things. First, we got married last week, by the way. Legit.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh my God.
So yeah, we went to Vegas because it was really difficult getting all the Canon crew members to just try and fly out here and
Love it.
Congratulations.
Our family, by the way.
Did you take her last name?
What's that?
Did you take her last name?
Did I take her last name? No,
Naomi, you troublemaker.
Yeah,
What a troublemaker you are.
I'm super short. Like you can't see me.
There we go. How's that? How's that?
Okay.
That's funny. Jeff doesn't come off as tall.
So that's
I met
all
Jeff
about
in
you
person.
right there. And then
Jeff's
two,
a tall stud. I met him once.
Naomi, please talk to her about Star Wars, please.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
stepping out. You're second.
So,
I'm
Star
really
Wars.
into,
I'm trying to think of the most important point. Okay, so George Lucas is very female friendly. So it's really good because he makes it a point to make the women in Star Wars badass, which I've always liked. Ever since I was a kid, I was like, dang, the girls are cool in this. And he makes all the characters very relatable. Even the ones that you don't like, you can relate to them in some sense. They're all, for the most part, a lot of them are morally gray, but when he wants you to really hate somebody, you can really hate them. And it's just a good all around, fun story. And most of all, it always has such a great message with every single episode that hope overcomes everything. As
Right.
long as you have hope, you'll overcome any kind of evil.
I do.
Yo,
love
Naomi?
that.
That was great.
So let me ask, Elisa,
you.
what sci-fi have you watched to date?
Oh my goodness, I really don't like sci-fi.
Okay.
I'm just a big fan of Wonder Woman. I feel like that's it for me. That's where I stop. And what else did I like? So
I mean, you like some sci-fi. There's a few sci-fi shows that we watch, but nothing like IP properties that we talk about on the show and stuff like that.
But you saw Thunderbolts and you liked it, right?
You like Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
You did like. Well, she
Yeah,
does like. She likes
It's
Marvel.
It's New Avengers, not Thunderbolts. It's New Avengers. Let's
That's
just
fair.
come on.
Josh is right.
It's New Avengers.
And what's the one that I like that came out the other day with the guy? He's always wear the white jacket and stuff.
Oh, she loves Daredevil too, but that's not sci-fi.
It's not sci-fi. I love anything that remind kind of in between real and a little bit
Fantasy.
Yeah, fantasy.
Yeah, well,
right.
that's what Star Wars is. It's that in between. It's because it makes it relatable, where you're like, oh, there's humans, but then there's that sci-fi like fantasy aspect of it that kind of is just like, okay, that's obviously
Yeah.
not real. So
Alicia, have you watched Star Trek?
No.
Let's back up. No, you have not. Okay, all right.
No.
If you watch either Star Trek or Star Wars, start from the beginning.
Okay.
It's probably a mistake to start in the middle. You'll be lost. It's an ongoing saga. So to go with the original George Lucas, 1977. I know it's 1977, but
Yeah.
it was a very, very good story.
It's like an older version, right? It's not.
Yeah,
like-
yeah,
But it
that's
still holds up today. It
yeah.
still holds up today.
would you
I
want
would-
so you wouldn't say in chronological order, you'd say order when it came out.
Okay. Like.
Well,
I
she
would
doesn't understand the
recommend-
whole.
I agree with
This
Dan
is what
on
I
that.
tried to do.
I think
Never watch.
you need to start with episode 4, right? Yeah. So.
Well, what about this, guys? What do you think about this? Andor season 1, Andor season 2, then into
And then Rogue One.
right? That's what I tried to
Yeah.
do. She
By the
fell asleep
way,
during
the
first
main
episode.
actress in Andor is rumored to be playing Wonder Woman in the DCU.
Yeah, that's right. There is a woman
Fix.
in there that is rumored to be playing Wonder Woman, and she would be perfect for it.
I think Andor
my
is actually
recommendation is this:
really
watch
good.
episode 1
Sorry.
through 6. Do not watch the sequel trilogy, which is just trash. I just pretend it doesn't exist. Then watch Andor season 1 and 2, and then watch
Guys,
Rogue One, and then maybe watch Clone
And
Wars.
Lisa, here's a
This
better
is how-
suggestion. Here's a
This
better
is how
suggestion.
lost I am right now.
Yeah,
I
she's
feel
not-
so.
that's
lost.
okay.
Yeah, that's
Because
what.
you know how somebody when they go to the gym for the first time and they have no idea what machine to use
Yeah,
and all this
yeah,
stuff.
right.
That's how
Yeah.
I feel about this right now.
I would say
I feel like, oh my
watch one
God,
thing at a time.
like,
Don't think this is don't think this as a trilogy. Don't think this as several trilogies. Don't think this as a series. Don't think this like in any of that. Just watch one movie, and if you like it, watch the second. And
Right.
if you like that, watch the third. But just watch one at a time. If it's not your speed, if it's not something that you don't like, then you don't have to watch the rest. But
right.
I would give an opportunity to the first one. But if you like something like a little bit more grounded, I think that the idea of starting with Andor is not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That would take, and that takes you chronologically to the first movie, the 1977 movie, right? You
Yeah.
do seasons 1 and 2, then Rogue One if you like that, and then you go to chronologically to episode 4, 1977. As
Yeah.
that said.
Well,
And
what's nice
to
about
me,
Andor
work-
is that it doesn't feel sci-fi.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But Alicia,
Yeah,
it
that's
sounds like
good.
you don't want to get overwhelmed by this whole thing. My suggestion is take a small sample. Like if you're doing a taste test, if you like it, great. If not, go to the next one. Try that out. If something sticks and you like it, well, then start expanding a little bit further. But I would not jump in with both feet.
Mm-hmm.
If you
That's
don't
fair.
like it, you guys already got married. He can't get rid of you. So, like
Tell that
Yeah,
to
going
my
anywhere.
wife. She doesn't want. She won't read one comic book, and she just tolerates my hobby. That's all there is to it. But so, Alicia, you do what you're going to do. Just again,
Yeah.
small samples, and let Jeff guide you. Don't if he picks on you or goes too far, then you let us know.
Well, the thing is that for me, like, my world is fitness, and it's easy for Jeff to be a part of that. I feel like it's hard for me to like be in his world, like of
your lawyer needs to talk to
comics.
my lawyer. This is not
It's
working
like
out.
really hard to come in now, you know what I mean? Because it's like I'm super lost. And the thing is that I grew up in Guyana and we have nothing like this.
Okay.
It's a bunch of
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah.
Well, the thing about the geek world is that there's something for everyone.
Mhm.
So you're going to find something that you like if you want to find it.
Yeah.
So that's really no problem. We have movies and comics, and we have TV shows and animation, and
Yeah.
there's just so much to do. And if you are really into fitness, there's nobody more fit than superheroes.
Yeah,
There you
I
go.
know, but
That's
that's
cool
the thing.
too.
That's why I love Wonder Woman, because she represents strength and woman, and the woman power. And I
You
love.
know what you could do in the Venn diagram of life is you could know and get to know Wonder Woman, and then you can base like this is how Wonder Woman would work out.
Mhm.
These are the things that she would do. And you
Oh,
can
hell
kind of
yeah. There we go.
Okay,
you
that's
can kind of mix it
amazing, yeah.
together. And then like you can like Yelena or Black Widow, you can make specific workouts just for them while you're getting to know the actual characters.
That's beautiful, Naomi.
I
Thank
love
you.
that, by the way. There we go. Another part of
Yeah.
her business.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's great. Thank you, guys.
All right. I'm not kicking my wife off. I did say my wife, but we have somebody here that we haven't seen for a while. And we only have 5 spaces. Well, hell no. We don't just have 5 spaces, people. We're going to do this, actually.
Okay.
Welcome to the stage, everybody. The man, the myth, the legend, the guy that helped start the canon, that was part of it from the beginning, Christopher.
Am I? Oh, hello.
Yeah, it's been a while. You're not used to being
Oh my
on
God.
camera.
This is so strange. Am I dreaming or is this real?
No, you're back on the canon. This is a casual canon where we just hang out, just shoot the shit. We don't really have an agenda other than getting Alicia here hooked on the Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know what? I got some Star Wars right in front of me here.
There we go. Hell yeah, let's bring
I
you
got
up. Hold
that.
on.
I got that at
Nice.
San Francisco at the Fan Expo.
Nice.
I just picked that up from
It
Joe
is.
like 2 weeks ago too. That's a great cover.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
I just got these in a 50-cent bin.
Oh, that's
Nice.
those Darth
Nice.
Vader covers, man. I'm telling you.
They're so cool.
Oh, they're so
that's
good.
cool.
Oh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Palpatine. Oh, I can't wait for Alicia to start understanding what's going on here. I swear to God.
So
She'll be a bigger
Alicia,
fan than all of us combined, right?
Just be like, let's watch Andor while I massage your feet. And then she'll be like, yeah, I'll watch Andor all day, every day.
That's great. I'll watch Andor again while you massage my feet. It's going to be perfect.
Yeah, Andor was
Perfect.
amazing, man. That second season just.
I haven't finished it. I'm on the last episode finally because
Yeah,
we're
no
usually
spoilers.
watching. I'm going to call myself out here. 90 Day Fiance and stuff like that. Look at Joshua. What do you got there?
That's Star Wars
I do
number
watch 90 Day
2.
Yeah.
First appearance of Obi-Wan,
There we go.
Han, the Millennium Falcon,
Dang, that's
Death
cool.
Star,
That's a
like
hot
kind of
book right now.
teased. And it's an 8.0 to an 8.5. I got it from Joe. Beautiful copy. And then I got this full set of Kylo Ren Star Wars as well from
Oh,
Charles
you'll understand
Soule.
the whole
I'm actually I'm gonna try
I
to
love
get all
that
these
cover right there.
signed.
The back. Go back.
That's cool.
I love that cover right there.
I'm gonna try getting all these signed by Charles Soule at Terrificon next month when
Speaking
I go.
of Terrificon, Tomas down there in the middle next to Chris and Dan in the middle. He will be at Terrificon, the convention we went to last year.
Mm-hmm.
We need to try and go this year.
So here's issue 1. Ooh. Here's a great Luke and Ben cover.
That's Clayton Crane, huh?
And then this is a really cool one too.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot to explain to her right now, and I don't think we could do that all in this episode. She may want to go upstairs and start.
Yeah. I think Alicia's been oversaturated with too much information right now. So yeah.
Look.
Oh,
bye. That's the first kiss on
Bye.
canon ever. Love you, wife. We got it. We got to make it work. Yo, Naomi, what you did, that's the furthest anybody's ever gotten her to pique her interest. So we got to make sure I get her on the Andor train. You know what I mean? Anyways, Christopher, we're ignoring this whole thing. Yeah. Naomi, I don't know if you know the backstory here, but Chris and I started the canon in 2020. Is that right?
5 years, man. It's crazy.
Shit, Jesus Christ. Crazy. And we've been through some shit, him and I, in terms of life stuff, but always like hanging in there. And I know, like, Chris, I'm so happy that you're happy. You know?
Yeah, man. I mean, life is it's crazy because let me not, I don't want to go down a rabbit hole, but I will state, because we're all human here and we all go through life and life experiences. What I've realized through everything that I've been through, healing is a journey, it's not a destination. And we have days, man. And as long as we get through each thing as it comes and we keep pushing, that's all that matters. So there's still a whole lot of crap on my plate, but I'm in gratitude, and I can wake up every day and be thankful. So that's what's important. Right?
Again,
Yeah.
we're both in better places. But when we started Canon, we needed it, and that's what it became. And very, very grateful for all you people, especially you on camera, those who are not on camera. Would love for Nori to get on camera, by the way. That would be nice because we have some things to discuss. Actually, he's got beef. Yo, I don't know if you saw this. Can I share this with you, Chris?
Hold on. Before you show him the video.
Uh-oh.
Let me show him.
You guys think I should play for Chris
No
right
disclaimers. No disclaimers. Show the clip.
By the way, that never gets old, by the way.
All that beautiful bean footage.
So, Chris, this happened, I think, was it 2 weeks ago or a week ago?
Are we talking about where Josh went full monster Muppet?
We've given him every opportunity to succeed on the Canon. Week in and week out, he pulls this same crap.
Thunderbolts #1, my favorite book in the PC, but I'm going to show you guys why. Two!
You just destroy your favorite book in your PC?
Oh god, that's fucking terrible.
Oh my god.
For clout.
Now maybe you'll get.
I just got to eat a quick snack to make myself feel better.
I know a lot of you are parents. We're parents on the Canon too. I've just lost any type of strategy on how to rein him in. Please, if anybody can help, we'd love to hear your video comments, see your video comments in the replies.
So, Evan, go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry. You were going to say.
If he puts acetate on that, he can still get a 9.8 if he sends it to CGC.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, on a good day.
That's an inside joke. Come on,
I
I would have got better result out of that. I'm sure the audience is laughing.
Yeah.
Do you still have comic book in your teeth, Josh?
I still got it.
He still has it, by the way. That's absolutely fantastic. For those that, by the way, why do we need to relive this? Nori, you need to get on. And he is so technically not proficient.
If Nori wants to get on, I can jump off her. Let these two hash it out.
Well, he's not. Nori doesn't know how to come on. He has to ask his son how to use his phone to actually get on to be live with us. So hopefully we can make it happen. Okay. But for right now, it's Josh's show. He can talk as much smack as he wants to about Nori Jordan, and we'll see where it goes. So.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I'm going to smack him around at Terrificon. What I'm going to do to every single copy of Thunderbolts #1 in that con floor, I'm probably going to A, be banned for life from Terrificon. B, probably going to be, banned from going to Connecticut ever again. And C, probably the community might turn on me and say, hey, this guy's a book hater that's destroying books. But guess what? That's more value in Nori's pocket because the less books that are in existence, the more that rises in value.
And D, you're going to be banned from being on the show. You're running a risk here, a legal risk that you're putting us all on it. This is a bad idea, Josh. Bad idea.
Well, there's only one left now, right?
What, one Thunderbolts #1?
Yeah. How many are left?
Oh, in the world, Nori Jordan has probably 25% of all of the copies ever printed in the world, I would say.
Yeah. He said that he had almost all of them. Never mind.
Well, he owns all of them, I guess. Nori, please let us know. And if you can get on, please, we would love to hear from you.
He literally just bought another copy last night. He posted it up in the Canon chat.
He is cornering the market on these.
Guinness book.
Right. So we're getting off track here.
I'm happy I get mine before Nori Jordan started buying everything.
Tomas, do you own one? Do you own a...
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
it's over here, and he needs to travel to get it.
Yeah, of course he
But
does. But he'll see you at
I'm not going
Terrificon,
to take it.
actually. I think he'll see you at Terrificon. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're not getting off topic. This is very like casual, again, the casual canon, but we like to talk about things. We already talked about what you want to see Matt Reeves' sequel called. And Josh came up with a great idea on who you would want to see, and I stole it from him. Who you want to see play Ghost Rider?
All right, we've been losing sleep over this long enough. Who should play Ghost Rider? We're going to decide right now for the MCU. Let us know in the comments if it should be Norman Reedus, Keanu Reeves, Ryan Gosling. Decide!
All right, I'm going to throw this to Chris first. And Chris, again, if you have any other ideas on who you want to see to play Ghost Rider, let us know right now.
Man.
You do want to see Ghost Rider on the big screen, right?
Yeah. Who was the first one? Because
it was Norman Reedus from Walking Dead.
Right. Yep.
Then you had Keanu. Then you had
Ryan
Gosling, yeah.
Ryan Gosling, nah, man, he does his thing, but I think out of those, Norman Reedus can, fit the bill, and I know that's been a fan favorite for a long time. But look, man, like honestly, if we look at every major Marvel casting, not every major Marvel, but at least when they were, the core Avengers and building up, the MCU. Nobody knew who Chris Hemsworth was. Even Chris Evans. Chris Evans was a comedy teeny bop outside of Human Torch, which was still comedy. Even Chadwick, who had done, a good amount of work. To pull him into that role for Black Panther. I honestly don't mind seeing Marvel just find somebody that fits the role that it doesn't matter if they're this known. And I think that's one area where like fans get so hyped up into like, oh, who should they cast? It's always this big known, name when Tom Holland, another one. There's so many people out there that probably have potential that we don't even know about yet.
That's fair. But my Ghost Rider is Danny Ketch, right? And I want to see Ryan Gosling play Danny Ketch. No doubt about that. I'm 100% on board with that. Because we've kind of seen the Ghost Rider we have seen what's his face?
Robbie
Reyes. We've seen him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but we also saw I'm pretty sure what's his face, the first Ghost Rider,
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze as well, because you saw the first Ghost Rider, the first iteration, what looked like the Ghost Rider right there. So, by the way,
I heard a rumor that Nick Cage is over in the UK currently right now too.
No, please no. By the way, real quick, Tomas, you got a Kirby hat on.
I know. I love it.
That is amazing. Hell yeah. Oh, I love it. My daughter loves Kirby. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know. I guarantee you if I ask Dan De La Torre, his answer is going to be he wants to see Johnny Blaze. He doesn't want to see Danny Ketch.
I've said this before and it's worth repeating. If you've ever seen the show True Detective, Matthew McConaughey played a very dark character. And I thought he would be a perfect Ghost Rider. He's creepy. He doesn't have to act. And he's got that creepy vibe and weird vibe anyway. And he's still young enough to do it. But that would be my first choice.
Caleb wants to see Keanu. He's the only one for Keanu. I don't know, Naomi. Do you have a thought here? We haven't heard from you, or actually Tomas.
I want to see Keanu do his berserker. He needs to focus on that and not.
They're mutually exclusive. They can live in this world. Both of them. He can do both. Who do you want to see?
No, I mean he can do both, but I'm just saying I'd want to see him work on that project before Ghost Rider. But I mean, I'm going to be an ageist. I'd rather see somebody younger be Ghost Rider. If they decide to keep going with this character, like if it does really well, I mean, Keanu's getting up there. Ryan Gosling, he's not, I don't know. I just think that he doesn't really fit that bill. And so Norman Reedus would be the only one. So I would prefer to see not any of them.
Wow. All right. Before the end of the Casual Ken, you're going to have to decide on a new actor. that hasn't been said before. So sorry,
I mean,
not sorry.
if you need to go to Danny Cage, I would go younger, right?
Really? Like younger than Gosling?
Yeah, probably.
No
Yeah,
Because
way.
to me,
No
to
way.
me, those
40, 46 or something.
those are good Johnny Blazes, not
Yeah.
really Danny Cage. To me, I would like to see Robbie Reyes actually. So
Well, we
I
saw
have,
Robbie Reyes, right? And it'd be cool if he returned.
yeah, we
Hopefully he
did, we
does.
did, we did. But
And that was awesome that
it's
that was
true that
the
Danny
first
Cage is the
Ghost
only
Rider.
one that we haven't seen yet. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right. So can anybody kind of explain or come up with another solution? While we do that, I need to get a beer, and I had this in my back pocket right here. We already played this on the can of the last show. The Invisible Woman, did you know? Okay, let's just do it.
Did you know Sue Storm was a groundbreaking character? Well, eventually. When the Fantastic Four launched in 1961, Sue Storm became Marvel's first female superhero of the Silver Age, a major milestone. But for years, she wasn't treated like it. Back then, Sue's main power was turning invisible, which, unfortunately, felt symbolic. She was often sidelined, fainted during battles, or stood behind the boys while they saved the day. Her most common role? Getting kidnapped. But Sue Storm didn't stay invisible forever. Over time, writers gave her the respect and the powers she deserved. She also became the heart of the team, the one holding Reed together, the one grounding Johnny, and the one calling Ben out. She wasn't just a supporting character anymore, she was the core of Marvel's first family. Today, Sue Storm stands as a symbol of how far women in comics have come. She paved the way for heroes like Storm, Jean Grey, Kamala Khan, and Carol Danvers, who all owe a little something to the invisible girl who once had to ask permission to help. So, what do you think? Has Sue Storm finally gotten the recognition she deserves? Let us know in the comments. And if you didn't know, now you do.
All right, we're going to continue on. Oh, damn it, Dan. Why don't
So-
you take on that?
I'm going to say this. She really is kind of like the foundation for Marvel's women's rights, I guess you could say. And what's great about the new
I
upcoming
wouldn't say
movie
women's
is,
rights. I would say
well,
kind of
not women's
ushering
rights,
in a woman's, like a
foundation.
new type of woman superhero.
So, and she's also going to be, it's been confirmed by the writer that she's pretty much the leader of the team in the new movie that's coming out, which makes sense, right? Because at the end of the day, like Jessica said, and did you know, she's got it, she's there for Reed. That's her love interest. She's got her brother Johnny, and then she's got to keep the Thing in check. And I'm really excited for the new movie that's coming out. And I hope we get to see Sue kick ass. I know she's gonna kick ass, but I'm hearing some great things potentially about what she's gonna do in Secret Wars as well. The problem, the thing is, like, I can't say much, but when we see the end scene for Fantastic Four, which will lead the Fantastic Four into Doomsday, it's gonna make her vicious, probably, and what she's gonna probably want to go after in Doomsday. So yeah, I'm excited for that, and I think that Did You Know was spot on, and really she's just a great character, and hopefully as we move into getting her more screen time and officially getting a good Fantastic Four movie, maybe like in comics she'll get more love and appreciation too in the modern age.
Can't wait for a great Fantastic Four movie. Great. Wanted to hear, Dan, your thoughts on Sue Storm. I know we did this Did You Know 2 weeks ago on the show? I can't remember, but yeah.
Well, I'll just dovetail with what I said on the show this past week, and that was that the early 60s was a very different time in America, and we looked at things differently, and the society was completely different. I'm old enough to remember most of that. And even in the early 70s or mid 70s, Stan Lee and the Bullpen started to introduce a lot of female characters and people of color and that sort of thing. He was way ahead of his time. And so it's not a surprise to me that we've moved forward, that Sue Storm will be the lead role in this, because women have taken, more dominant role, and they should, because again, we should be working together as equals. I learned that long ago in my 30s. A lot of things that I've been in the trades for 50 years, and a lot of what I've learned is from women. because they were good, they were talented, and they were always in the trades. It's still very sexist and very demeaning and that sort of thing. But I'm happy, and this is one of the reasons why I gravitated towards comics, because they looked at things realistically. And so I'm really looking forward to this Fantastic Four movie. I think it's underrated. I think they've nailed it, and especially Pedro Pascal, who I was kind of on the fence about, but the more I look at the trailer and the more I look at how they're sort of framing this whole thing.
Yep.
Reed Richards was an older character, even in the comics. He was in his early mid-40s. He had the great temples. He was very stoic and so forth. The last two iterations,
guys. He had a pipe.
Yeah, well, yeah, yes, he did.
Means that's
yes,
an old
he did.
person.
It was, again, very, very old school. So I'm very much looking forward to this. I think this is a great launch or a continuation of the MCU, and I think it's going to lead to a lot of things.
Hell yeah! I want to hear from Tomas and Chris. How Chris? You go first.
I was, funny enough, never like a fan of Fantastic Four as a kid. So, although my uncle was, and he gave me his whole Fantastic Four collection, but so I can't speak to like Sue Storm on her evolution of her character. But I mean, fact is, like, women, we look at so many, whether based on race or religion and all these things, but I think we often overlook how horrible women have had it for a long time. Women couldn't buy their own home or get a mortgage on their own home until, like, I don't know exactly. It was either like the late 80s or early 90s until a bill was passed.
No, that late? For real?
Mm-hmm. They had to have a man co-sign on it.
I think it was late 80s.
Wasn't that true in certain states, though?
That's crazy.
It wasn't nationwide. I think that was a state thing. Like in the South, they're kind of still.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Oh my God.
So yeah, I mean, and again, we talk about racism in this country and all those things and slavery. Women were the last to have the right to vote.
Yeah.
So again, so many things. So we know what Stan did. We know what comics have done to bring like inclusion and everything. So yeah, and I know I was looking at some of the articles about the backlash saying that Sue Storm was gonna be the leader, but hey man, I don't know. I'm not even gonna make a comment on that, but I actually am really excited about this movie too. I know a lot of people, and it's really, and again, as somebody that never really was a big fan of them in the comic books, and I've never could, because I was always like, I want some level of realism, a stretchy dude, like, that never, even as a kid, sat right with me, and I'm all about the MCU, like, really being retained in the level of realism. But from what I see so far too, Dan, I agree. I'm really excited about it.
Tomas, come on, give us your thoughts here. Before that, though, we are sponsored by Gus's Slots. Comics for sale. Get your comics here. He's going up the stands, up and down, just like at the ballpark, throwing out popcorn and anything else you need. So there we go. Go ahead, Tomas.
I was going to say, first of all, I'm all for stretchy dudes. I'm a huge fan of Plastic Man, so I'm not with you on that. But and the other thing is, everyone was on the pipe back then, right? Because Reed Richards smoked pipe.
Stretchy dude.
Yeah, stretchy dude. Yeah, exactly.
One of my few 9/8s,
so Reed Richards was a pipe smoker, right?
Yep.
Dr. Magnus from the Metal Man, also pipe smoker.
Okay.
Batman, pipe smoker.
So that was a thing back then. Like it. Anyways,
Yeah.
I don't want to get into
Bruce Wayne,
pipes, but
big pipe smoker. So we have to normalize that. That was a thing that a lot of people did.
Should we normalize it in 2025? I'm going to start smoking a pipe then, right?
What's in the pipe?
Yeah.
What's in the pipe?
That's the thing. Like, I'm going to get some nasty tobacco and just have a little ashtray. See how long it takes for Alicia to kick me out of the house, which would be probably...
Yeah, and always remember to smoke close to your comics, because that's something that
right.
You
That'll smell real good. Yeah, for sure. All right, we're going to segue into another female character. Freaking Ironheart, people. Okay, full disclosure. I've only seen the first episode because Alicia took my iPad while we were traveling to get married and watched all 3 episodes. I have two episodes to catch up on, and I know the other 3 drop tonight. I loved the first episode, though. I loved it. I thought it was great. I was really concerned about this series, by the way, for so many reasons, especially there was no promotion. What the hell, Marvel? But it was great. That first episode I loved. So let's talk Ironheart. Naomi, have you seen it?
No, because I was doing the same thing as not getting married, but I was also traveling this whole like when it dropped and everything. So I haven't had a chance to even check
Okay.
it. So it's, but
I
yeah.
will tell you, you will love it. Move on to Josh. How about that?
Yeah, so I saw all 3 episodes. When did it drop? Tuesday night. So I saw
Tuesday
them all
last
last
week.
3 when I got home from work. I want to say something though. So this was filmed like almost 2 years ago,
Crazy.
and that was before Marvel was in a course correction. So you can kind of see there's some ideas in the show that are not well received that I think they probably would have changed. But overall, I gotta say, like the first 3 episodes, man, I really enjoyed it. I know everybody hated her character in Black Panther 2. Well, I wouldn't say hated it, but
Not hated. It just
there was
felt out
no
of
like
place.
if you would have took her out of the story in Black Panther 2, probably wouldn't have missed anything. The story would have still been the same. But the backstory, I can't really say nothing because nobody's really watched it. But the backstory that you get to at episode 3 to find out who she is and what she's gone through in life, man, it kind of hits you pretty hard. And there's some interesting cameos of certain characters which have already kind of been, leaked in the trailers and stuff. But the last 3 episodes dropped tonight, and I'm hearing that episode 5, we're going to have perhaps one of the biggest debuts in the MCU in recent times. I can't tell you who it is, but
all over the place.
It's going to be interesting.
But here's how long this has been in pre-production, production, and finally released. Chris was part of the canon when we covered the news on Ironheart becoming a series, and
That's over 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it's been a while.
I've only joined a year
Longer
ago.
than that.
Longer than that. Yeah, it was like in 2021, I think.
We covered that because it was part of that pandemic kind of, not Comic-Con. I don't know what it was, but I remember that, and I was psyched because I love this character. And from what I've seen through like the trailers and stuff like that, it kind of sticks to her true origins from the comic books, which is great with her best friend, her father. Well, I'm not saying it's great that they passed away, but you know what I'm saying. So I'm psyched for the series. Chris, have you seen it yet?
Oh yeah, man. The writer Shanaka Hodges, big shout out, Oakland. I was born in Oakland. I actually know her from, she used to run poetry slams, open mic poetry slams in Oakland. So this show has like Oakland all over it. And I actually, the first few, 15 minutes of the first episode, there were some things where I was like, all right, is this going to be kind of cheesy? Am I watching? I don't know. I'm going to slander some DC show. But I just thought certain elements, I was like, okay, am I going to be able to take this seriously? But as it continued on, I'm like, okay, like the Hood. I was like, oh my God, they're calling him the Hood. And like, but like, dude is handling his business. And it's like, you get into the so, and again, her character development. And I love all the, there's no character development. It's lazy writing. Honestly, this is some of the most intricate writing, especially from a show from Marvel and the MCU that I've seen, because it dives into, cultural elements, trauma, PTSD, all these different things. And I am actually really enjoying it. I can't, because tonight, like 6 p.m., right? New episode.
Your time.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
So I'll give you, what was cringy, I felt, was her introduction in Black Panther. I thought that was the most out-of-place element within Wakanda, Black Panther 2. I thought that was all. I did not I just didn't think they brought the character in the correct way.
They rushed it. They rushed the character.
Yeah, it felt really out of place. I did not like it at all. So that was cringeworthy. And then watching this, I thought it was going to be kind of the same thing. Ryan Coogler's awesome, and I was really worried that it would kind of be along the same lines of what we saw in Black Panther. However, the first episode I really did like. So, Tomas, have you watched Ironheart?
No, I still haven't watched the series. I really want to. I try to watch everything that's also on par with my job. Really, I need to stay up to date with most stuff. Really, so and I agree with what you say. I mean, she was the MacGuffin, right? In Wakanda Forever, right? She was the reason that the story got in motion, and that's okay, but I think that she should have been like a girl genius that invented a machine and not have the armor yet, right? So
Yeah, there you go.
something like in Iron Man 1, you introduce the idea that Rhodey is going to wear the armor, but you don't show it in that movie, right? So that's what I would have done. I would have introduced the character and the idea that she's working on something, but not reveal the character in armor in the movie, and leave that for the series, right? Because that way the character had everything from the start, right? And so she created a machine that could, I think it was like, could locate underwater vibranium, something like that, right?
That's right.
So that was the MacGuffin that was the movie in motion, but also she also had like a fully functional Iron Man armor. So that felt like a bit too much. And to me, it would have been like, okay, when she gets access to Wakandan labs and stuff like that, then she starts to build. And you could have her on the third act in the armor, but I would have not show it at all. That's my taste, but I agree that it felt a little bit rushed, and it felt a little bit like the character had like too much screen time and too much that could have been exploited by other characters and more development for other characters. That's
for sure.
But I really want to see the show because I think it's an interesting character.
Riri's a great character, by the way. Very, really good character. By the way, if y'all anybody wants to join us, you more than happy to have you on here. The link is in the description. I'm going to move my charger over here. But again, Ironheart, the last 3 episodes of the series drops tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. Pacific. So very, very exciting stuff. Oh damn! Do I not have a port here?
Can I weigh in on the? I'm halfway through episode 2. Jeff, if that's all right.
Oh, we didn't get to you. My fault.
Oh, Naomi. Yeah, Naomi hasn't weighed in either on this.
Well, we started with Naomi.
No, I
She
did.
hasn't
I
seen
didn't
it
see
yet, but we recommend I highly recommend it. I would say that. Go for it, Dan.
There are a couple things to say. One, there's 2 characters. Tony Stark, who grew up wealthy, and he was given every opportunity. He was a genius, no question about it. Then you've got Riri Williams, who is also a genius, but grew up poor. So she didn't have accessibility to this and that. So she had to scrape to get what she needed. Now, I grew up poor in Oakland. Chris and I shared that. That's our hometown. When you grow up in such an environment, you don't get, if there's something you want, you have to scrape for it, or you just don't get it at all. So I like the down-to-earth, realistic, environment that she's in. She's not given everything. She has to scrape for it, fight for it, steal for it, whatever, to put together what she's doing. As far as the character though, I thought the logical thing would have been she should have had a connection to Stark Enterprises, and James Rhodes, who should be the new Iron Man because he knows the armor, he knows Tony Stark, he's familiar with it, should be the lead role in that particular one. Riri, who again, a brilliant young person, should be connected in some way to Stark Enterprises. She'd be a fantastic asset. She's already proved that. As clumsy as it was with the Wakanda story, but still, she is introduced. I would take a different direction. They can still do that. I don't think they are, but again, I don't like the origins of how she's been brought into the MCU.
Yeah, that's our biggest complaint here, it seems. But again, Josh and Chris, you guys have both liked where it's gone so far. And again, we know most of us know what the big reveal is in terms of the character is what you're talking about, Josh. I mean, it's been talked about.
I mean, do you?
It's a big character. Is it one character or more than one?
Well, now you're starting to ask me about the finale, kind of too, because the finale, the last 10 minutes of the finale is like.
Anyways,
actually,
we're gonna stop. So here's the deal with this casual canon. We're able to talk about whatever we want here, and I've run out of things to talk about. So
I want to talk about a film that I'm going to be seeing in a week from now.
Time out. I'm not seeing it on Friday anymore. I'm seeing it on Saturday, so I'm even a bigger loser. Go ahead, Josh.
So anyway, I got my early screenings from Amazon Prime for Superman, and they were like doing so much press right now. And you're hearing things, and like today, Jeff, I don't know if you saw, but I sent an article where James Gunn, or not James Gunn, but one of the producers talked about how the Fortress of Solitude is off of the Silver Age, and he's gonna have he has a zoo, he has a table to work on stuff, he has like a garage, workout center, hot tub, you name it. But it's, I don't know, man. I get both the bribes from Fantastic Four and Superman or the Silver Age comics, and I tell you, I really think Superman is going to kick off great. It sounds like it's going to do well on opening weekend. And honestly, knowing that you're going to get a comic accurate Superman finally, I'm serious. I'm telling you, I think this is going to be the all-time Superman movie.
Oh, stop it.
I'm telling you, I love Christopher Reeves, but I think this is going to top Superman 1978, no doubt. I think it's going to be a more better official Superman portrayal than Christopher Reeves. And you can hate me for saying that, man, but I love Christopher Reeves, but they were all different. But I think this is the most comic accurate Superman that we've ever gotten.
All right. All of us have comments here. I guarantee you all of us have opinions here, but I need to go to Dan, who has been the most critical about James Gunn and Peter Safran taking over the DCU, right? You definitely have. And also what Josh just said, that it will overtake Christopher Reeves as the best Superman film of all time. Please, the floor is yours, Judge.
He may be right because, again,
whoa!
Well, hold on. Let me explain that comment here. I was around long before all of you were, and I was born a certain year, and I saw the world differently. The older I get, the more I look at things from a more of a cynical eye. Everyone much younger than I am, you see the world differently than I do. And there's nothing wrong with that. And you're going to see that with people that are younger than you, 10, 15 years or 20 years younger than you guys. They're going to look at you guys and say, you guys are crazy. It's a generational perspective. I remember the George Reeve Superman, a stoic character. Again, very, very solid, wasn't overly sexualized or wasn't what's the right word for it? He was just a solid man. He really was solid in temperament, solid in strength, but also solid as a personality. What I was looking for in a modern way is the Superman, the animated series in the 2000s. That's the Superman persona that I'm looking for. I'm not going to see it in this particular James Gunn version. The closest I'd seen to it was Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill was the best Superman I've seen since the George Reeves days. And again, I'm looking at this from, again, an older perspective. I know what to look for. I know what I like. It's no different than the Fantastic Four movie. The two previous Fantastic Four movies bombed because the Reed Richards character was wrong. It was a young child and another character was more comedic. That's not Reed Richards. Pedro Pascal seems to be the closest I've seen to the actual Reed Richards. The Superman character, I think, again, with Henry Cavill, is the closest I've seen in decades. Now, Gunn is going to start with a different type of persona, maybe a little more laid back. He seems, just based on the trailers, he's a lot more animated, a lot more emotional. That's not the Superman I remember. If it works for the younger generation, that's fine. It may not necessarily work for me.
Well, they also said too that he's a young, he's only been Superman for 3 years up to this point in the film, so he's still kind of a rookie Superman. Take that as you will, So maybe over time he'll work his way up throughout the DCU. If they have a universe 10 years from now, maybe we'll get to see him become more mature and up to that level. But overall, I'm excited. But let's see what everybody else has to say.
Who wants to jump in?
I mean, are you guys looking forward to the fact that he's not going to be like infallible, that he is actually defeatable? Is that something that like you guys are something cool? Because I feel like Superman he's been one of those characters that have been not relatable enough. Like he's too stoic, he's too perfect, he's too untouchable. And I think with this version, they're like, hey, no, we don't want to make him that way. We want to make him somebody that you can actually be able to relate to at least a little bit. Are you guys looking forward to that or no?
Yeah,
I'll tell you,
I'm jumping in real quick. It's so funny you mentioned that word relatable, because that's going to be our Did You Know this week. It's about Superman. And John Byrne had a series in 85 or something like that, where he kind of they rebooted Superman, and that was it. They wanted him to be relatable, not this godlike power, being able to move planets and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to something like that, because Christopher Reeve was that, right?
Yeah, he wasn't an overpowered god. I mean, he was vulnerable. If you look at the movies, I mean, he was vulnerable.
Reveal though,
shots,
a little bit less so. But I'm definitely looking forward to somebody who's more human and something that we all can relate to. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
I agree with that, and also the first Superman media I consumed was the Fleischer cartoons.
Oh
right?
yeah.
I love those. I love those cartoons, and that was a Superman that was very stoic, but he was not that powerful. And because when he was shot at that time, he felt it, right? It didn't do anything to him, but he felt it. If he had to stop like a train, it was not easy for him to do that. He had to struggle with that. So that was, it was a very powerful character, but it was not super powerful. It was not absolutely powerful. And then I watched Super Friends, which when I was when I was a kid, and that was a very different Superman. It was very he was cracking jokes. It was very cheesy. It was a different take on the character. And then I saw the Christopher Reeves movies, and I love that. Also, I saw them in theaters, and it was re-releases of the. I'm not as old as to have seen it when they came out, but I saw the re-releases in theaters in the 80s, and I love those movies as well. So, but I disagree with something. I think that the 2000 Superman series, he was different in tone than Batman. I think that the Kevin Conroy Batman was very stoic, and he didn't crack jokes. But the Tim Daly Superman from that series, he smiled, he was hopeful. Uh, he had the underwear on the outside, and he was that character. I mean, he had moments when he got serious, and that's what I want from the James Gunn movie, right? I don't want a broken spirit Superman. I don't want that. I don't want, and that's why I never related with the Snyder movies, because that to me, that was a broken Superman. That was he lost his father because he couldn't save him.
Oh,
But
God, yeah.
he chose not to save him. So that's stuff that to me, that was not the Superman I wanted to see. I know a lot of people wanted to see that Superman, and also, and I'm okay with that. Comic book characters are interpretations. They change over time. They mutate, right? Pun intended. So they mutate, they change, and I love the Batman movie, the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. I
Mhm.
love the Tim Burton movies. I love the Adam West show, right? So and those are completely different media, completely different tones, and I can enjoy all of them for what they are. But watching The Witcher, and then you have Henry Cavill all dressed in black, very serious, speaking mostly in grunts. Um, then I understood that they cast Batman as Superman,
Mm,
because Henry Cavill would have been a great
wow.
Batman.
That's a big take. That's
So
a big take.
so that's when I understood why he was not no, not him, because he was working. He was a great actor, and he was doing great for the character. But that's when I understood why it wasn't working for me, because he was like he had this tragic past, and he was broken, and he didn't have the spirit because he was Batman. He was cynical. He wasn't Superman. So that's why, to me, it would be really interesting if he was cast as the new DCU Batman. But I know that's not going to
Yeah,
happen.
it's never
To,
gonna
to
happen.
dovetail off Naomi's comment about the power of Superman, my friend Hudet T probably said it best, where he said the problem with the DC characters versus Marvel is that the DC characters are already gods trying to be men or trying to be human.
Hmm.
And the Marvel characters, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, were born human and then were given godlike powers and don't know what to do with them. I mean, we could all relate to the Marvel characters, which is why I gravitated towards Marvel, especially Spider-Man. We could all, as young men, we could relate to being shy with girls, nerdy, broke, that kind of thing. And so you deal with the struggles of the day. Superman never had to deal with that. You can say that about a number of DC characters. Well, with the exception of Batman, he was rich, but he didn't have any powers.
Did we lose audio here? We lost your audio. I'm gonna jump in real quick. With Superman, it's about hope, right? And Christopher Reeve embodied that hope for me. Like it without understanding.
Somebody was trying to call me. That's why my iPhone is connected to my iPad. So I was speaking some brilliant things that was all missed.
Dan, it's 2025. Learn how to use your devices, please.
I hate you. I really do. Anyway, yeah, it's a role reversal where Superman is a god already, and he has to try to become a man. He's always reserving his strength, reserving his power, not to kill anybody by accident. And with, again, Spider-Man and Fantastic Four, Spider-Man probably is the best example. Peter Parker's a nerdy kid. He was broke, shy, couldn't talk to girls, that sort of thing. Many young men can relate to that. And so that it's been easier in a way to write for Marvel, and it's been far difficult to write for DC, especially Superman. He's a very difficult character to write for, let alone play on the big screen.
Whoa! Speaking of the big screen, look at this guy.
What's
Who
up?
let this guy in?
Yo, it's pouring right now. Well, not
Yeah.
pouring, but raining. I've been sitting outside about an hour to get into this concert, and the line is like atrocious.
Well, I hope those people don't sue us. They're on the most popular YouTube show of all time. Of all time shows.
That's what we're doing. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna leave you guys. I just want to say hi. What's up, Chris? Good to see you, man.
Good guy.
And I'll talk to you later.
Peace.
Guys, I'm going to bail because I got to make a phone call here. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay.
Take care.
That's a casual cannon right there. All right. So here's the deal. Superman, I'm all about it. Fantastic Four, cannot wait. This month is going to be huge. Oh my god, y'all know what a jitterbug is? Do you guys know what
Oh
that
my
is?
god, no, that's rude.
It's hilarious, actually. I wish Dan was on here.
I
Do you
just
guys know what a
wanted to
jitterbug
say,
is?
So bad.
It's
Jeff,
literally
Yeah,
almost like
I'm not 60 years old, you know.
But well, there you go. But it's for people like that. But it's literally like almost like a play school fake phone, but for the elderly. And it's got gigantic. All it does is it flips open and it's got gigantic buttons, and it literally it's. I don't think you could text on it. I just think you could just call. So
Yeah.
Derek,
And you have like pre-programmed numbers.
Yeah.
Like you can press 1 and it goes to like whoever.
Yeah, maybe we
Yeah,
should
it's
buy
like-
one and give one to Dan if he shows up at Terrificon.
well, he's terrible. He's terrible with all types of technology. So yeah. Anyway.
Derek.
I'm super excited. I cannot wait for Superman. Unfortunately, I'm seeing it on Saturday. Damn, dude, you're seeing it next Tuesday. That's crazy. It's just crazy. It's here. It's here. You know what I mean?
wasn't even gonna do it. Like I was gonna wait until because I'm off Sundays and Mondays, so I'm literally gonna go to work Tuesday morning. The premiere's at 7. I think it's a 2-hour movie, so hopefully get done about 9:30. Get home, go to bed. The problem is, like, everybody needs to see it because obviously we're gonna have to talk about it on Canon that weekend.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the problem is like a lot of stuff like tonight's the premiere in the UK, so probably by the end of the weekend, honestly, there's gonna be a ton of spoilers probably already up and running.
God, I hope not.
Some of the Schneider people are
They're
trying
gonna
to get everybody to not
bomb
go support the film, and you know
It's just
they
so
want to.
weird to me.
Well,
Right? Review bomb it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but to like be so like have so much allegiance to like one director that you won't even bother to. It's weird.
And listen, I'm
Weirdo
like, Dan,
behavior.
I enjoyed the Schneider films. I did, and I would even love to see a continuation of what he was going to do. But at the same time, I know. I'm just saying. But at the same time,
Chris,
like I
jump in,
understand
Chris,
that.
right now. Do it because you're speaking for me too.
Listen. I just watched the animated Death of Superman last night, and I'm sitting there watching this hour and 25-minute animated movie, and I'm like, this is so much better than Batman vs Superman. Like, this is, dude. Oh my goodness, dude.
But we did get the best ever Batman fight scene so far, live action in that film. The warehouse fight scene towards the end.
Yeah, I agree. That was one of the best Batman fight scenes I've ever seen.
Now that's
but the movie
best
sucked.
Batman fight scene that's ever been filmed yet.
Yeah.
Sucked.
Yeah.
Anyway, listen. So my thing, what are we talking about? Yeah. So anyway, I'm I know people are gonna start spoiling it just they think that if they spoil it, people aren't gonna want to go see it. From what I'm hearing from the box office, I think midnight previews like the night before and also the pre-screening on Tuesday before the actual premiere, it's over $10 million right now, which is higher than the Batman, which I think was like 8 something. It's higher than Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor, and a couple of the other Marvel movies. So
that doesn't indicate that it's a good movie. Okay, like
no, but it's tracking to do a big weekend.
Fair, but
it
like
indicates really good marketing, which they have done
they
phenomenal.
have done great.
on.
They have done great with the marketing, thank God. But again, the embargo lifts on the 7th, Monday the 7th. Chris Killian, I asked, he saw it. He said he couldn't say anything about it until the 7th. So I asked him if he could be on the show.
But he did get James to spoil a little something in one of his interview questions, which I was surprised that he was able to get it out of him.
Yeah, Chris Killian, former guest on the Canon, an alumnus just like Tomas, actually asked James Gunn what's up with the glasses, and James Gunn revealed that they are the hypno glasses from back in the day. So,
and it's comic accurate too, man.
Yeah.
Like,
so, but I'll tell you what, I think I could say that Chris liked it. He said it was an 8 out of 10. So,
I mean, was he able? I mean,
That's
no,
good.
Yeah.
I know he can't tell you anything, but like, did you ask him for like if he could give a rating out of like 1 out of 10 or something? Like, did I mean,
he enjoyed it. He liked it.
Yeah, I know, but like on a rating of like 1 out of 10, like 8. 9, 10.
He said 8, and I don't know if that's divulging too much, but I don't want to get him in trouble, obviously, but because we have 12 million people watching right now. But he brought his. You saw all those pictures. He brought his son. He's hanging out with all the cast. He's hanging out with James Gunn, and he got that scoop with the hypno glasses, which kind of went gangbusters. With
Hey, see if he can get Gunn to maybe do an interview for us on Canon.
Yeah, we have James Gunn actually booked for Tuesday live when you're going to be watching Superman.
They're doing a New York premiere. You should go to it. Ask them.
Right. Absolutely. John the Poor, in my honest opinion, I think people will go to see the new direction of James Gunn universe. I think it'll be good, but it's no The Flash. The Flash sucked.
Hi, John.
Yeah.
The Flash sucked, by the way.
The biggest problem with The Flash, honestly, for me, was the CGI.
Oh, man.
What, with The Flash?
Yeah, man. Like, I mean, they could have changed the story up, but, like, I was cool seeing Keaton back, though, one last time.
And talking about the marketing, too, Naomi, with The Flash, how they had Tom Cruise coming out saying, this is the best superhero film I've ever seen. It's
He got paid. Come on. They paid
no
him to
shit.
do it.
I'm saying, but, like,
he's doing a partnership
compared to,
with
like,
WB, so
the
of course
fun,
he's gonna
organic
support
kind
him,
of promotion marketing that they have going on now, they're doing great.
But James Gunn also said that he saw it and he thought it was one of the best comic movies he ever
Who
seen.
said that?
James Gunn actually said that in an interview.
Well, he was also with DC. You know what I mean? He was with DC at the time.
So
Tomas,
it's
you've been very quiet over there. What's going on?
Oh, I mean, I remember that. I mean, but what was he supposed to say, right? He needs to promote all these movies. That I think it was Aquaman 2, Blue Beetle, and The Flash, right? And I like what the Blue Beetle could have been. That's all I'm going to say. I love the actor. I love the look of the suit, and writing could have been better.
But Blue Beetle will be back, by the way. I need to cut you off real quick because this comment is just gold. My WB tramp stamp has not aged well. Derek, you are freaking...
Stop looking at my back, Derek. Those pictures are for you only. You don't need to let people know.
Please continue.
No, so I mean, he needed to promote those films. Because also his movies were like 2-3 years away at that point. So what is he supposed to say? Don't watch any DC movies until I make my first one.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs to say something, right?
For sure.
But I agree. Flash was not a great movie. It just wasn't. And but most of the DC movies at that time were not great.
DCEU just 100%. And
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. Like, again, we don't want to see... Chris, you and I have been saying this since the beginning of the canon. We don't want to see any comic book related film fail because we love the genre. This is what we grew up on, with those, the comic books, to see these characters translate on the screen. We want to see them do well. Chris, you and I talked about how the executives at Warner Brothers saw what Marvel was doing, and they were like, that's easy. We just put these people on screen, build up to the Justice League. They're just going to come. They took us as fans for granted, and I'm still pissed about it, right? And I really hope, actually, I have full faith in James Gunn, knowing what he's done with Marvel, what he's done with his whole career. And Tomas, I think you'll agree with this too. I think I have full faith in James Gunn that he's going to revive the DCU, and it's great that they're competitive. I'm sure Kevin Feige wants to see great DC films because that's elevate everybody to do the best that they can. And those executives, I will never forgive them for what they did with Man of Steel or whatever it was called. That was good, right? Everything else after that was a shit show. Wonder Woman was okay.
What? No,
at best, it was okay.
No,
I think Wonder Woman, the first Wonder Woman, was the best DCEU.
7 out of 10.
No.
To me, the best DCEU movie was the second Suicide Squad, right? That to me was the best DCU. So that's why I like that James Gunn is doing more. My favorite movie was the second Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn.
That's
the
a
thing
good
is,
movie. Sorry, I forgot about that one. I don't even know if that counts, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I as you know, and Jeff and to other people maybe don't know, I work in television. I am a screenwriter. That's what I do, right? So I I don't like to see any movie fail, not just comic book movies, right? Because I never go to a movie expecting it will be bad. I know how much work it takes. I know how hard it is to get a movie in production, to get something out there, to make something, right? So I never expect a movie to be bad. To me, when a movie is, I think it's bad, right? Because this is a matter of opinion, right? I mean, there are objective things that I can critique a movie for, and there are tastes, right? So I can like a movie or dislike a movie, and then I have my opinions on what I do enjoy. A lot of movies I have a lot of problems with. So, but that's a thing of taste. Taste is something that it works for you or it doesn't,
Sure.
right? But I never go to a movie expecting it's going to suck, right? If I go to see a movie, I want to have a good time. I want to like it, and if I don't like it, I get angry.
Right?
That's the thing.
Yes.
But
Well, what you're
that's
trying
the
to
thing
say
that
is you
happens to
see
me.
both sides. I'm sorry I'm cutting you off. I'm trying because
Sure.
we're both in production, right? And you see both sides of it. How much it takes, how much you energy, effort, love of your craft. And I'm talking from PA, production assistant, all the way up to the executive producers busting their
Absolutely.
ass to get any type of movie out there. It's a lot of effort. It's moving mountains, okay? I get it. I hear what you're saying. But what you just said, Tomas, when you go there wanting to like the movie, you get angry walking out when it's not great. And that's where I was with most of the DCEU, I'm sorry. And I hope to God, I hope, and I do have faith in James Gunn and Peter Safran that it will turn a corner here.
And I just wanted to show something that's here. These are my comics, right? And it goes up and it goes all the way to the floor, and it moves all the way there, right?
Wow.
So and I have at least two of these shelves are DC, right? I am a huge DC fan. I because stuff was a little bit different where I'm from. DC comics were more available than Marvel comics. So most people in my country are DC comic book fans first and Marvel comic book fans second, right? I enjoy both companies, but I grew up with DC. I grew up reading DC before anything else, right? So I really want to see DC doing well. That's the thing. I really want to see good DC movies, and we got a couple of good Batman movies, and that's just about it.
You're talking about the good Batman movies being the Christopher Nolan, right?
So I like the Christopher. If we go to the history of DC, right, in movies, right, I like the first, I think, two Christopher Reeves movies. Maybe the third, the fourth is bad. I like the two Tim Burton Batman movies. I enjoy Batman Forever. I have that's taste. I have a lot of problems with the movie, but I enjoyed it at the moment. I don't like Batman and Robin. And then from the Nolan trilogy, this is a really hot take. There's only one I really, really like.
Please say it's The Dark Knight.
It's The Dark Knight, yeah.
Thank you.
It's the Dark Knight. But this one I really really like. I think Batman Begins it's okay. I wrote a comic book that was not published in English a long time ago, but basically, um, it was a comic book that made fun of a lot of pop culture tropes, and one of the jokes was that the line I'm not going to kill you, but I don't have to save you is stupid. It's really stupid for Batman, but
Oh, that
because
was
it's the
dope, man.
same.
I loved
It's
it.
the
And that was
same
perfect.
thing.
I say that all the time.
And
So people you see on the
I
sidewalk, right? Walking, yeah. Crosswalks, all that stuff, right? I got you.
I mean, every Batman's killed though. Like, I don't think anybody realizes that. Like, Tim Burton's
Yeah.
Batman killed a ton of people, and like even like Batman Returns, he clocks the guy and puts a six pack of dynamite on the guy and throws him down the hole, and people think, oh, he probably got knocked out. Like, but like my
No,
thing is,
yeah, I agree with that. The thing is, I if that's the creative choice you're going to make, then that's okay. That's your take on Batman. That's okay. I can agree or disagree. But the line justifying murder, it's stupid. That's okay.
I'm hopping for a sec. I have to relieve the bladder.
Okay.
Funny.
I scared Jeff. I'm
No,
sorry.
you guys better keep talking because you got to keep the 12 million people engaged.
I'm just curious where this was going. I was gonna say that it sounds like Batman was in a working a 12-step program and didn't want to be responsible for other people.
Yeah.
well, you know,
Yeah. So
is I was gonna say that the amount of brain damage the man has caused to people and broken bones and ligaments and making people handicapped, that man is it's something.
I mean, sure, but to me, that's it. That's the interesting thing about the character. He's crazy, right? If you go with Grant Morrison's take, right, he's hyper sane or something that was a joker, but I think it applies to Batman as well. But I mean, he's like throwing people out off of buildings, right, and doing stuff like that. And yeah, maybe he's not killing them, but he's like putting them in body casts, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, he, his refusal to kill, right, and that's different from him than I say other characters. But to me,
Looks like a cop out to you.
that's part of how broken he is, because he saw someone die and he cannot do that himself, but he's willing to go. I mean, I don't know if we can use this word, but he's edging, right? He's edging all the time. He's about to kill someone, and he doesn't do it. But he works that very fine line.
But you know what? Honestly, you could sit there and make
He's
an argument
gooning,
and say he has
I should
killed
say.
hundreds of thousands of people because, like, look, every week the Joker gets released, he escapes, and he kills people, and Batman keeps putting him back in this instead of taking that, that dive and taking him out. I mean, really, he's hurting and killing tons of people just by not stopping the Joker, not counting all the other rogues that do it too. But I get it. It's
so
part of the comics.
you're saying he is not killing them, but he's not saving them as well.
I think I think it's like the juxtaposition between how bad the villain is to make it how good Batman has to be. So like if they're off the deep end, I think he feels the need to be that balance to go even more martyr like. So I think that's how they always have that like the black and white of it, because it's very much of like, hey, he's super crazy, super bad, so I have to be extra good. There's no like You know, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it kind of
Yeah,
depends on the
absolutely.
villain
And that
for
that to me,
Batman.
yeah, he if the Joker is one extreme and Batman is the other, then they're both
Hmm.
crazy because they're both on both sides
Opposite ends, yeah.
of this, let's call it spectrum, right? Of the
Hmm.
sanity spectrum, right? He's on one side. One is super crazy, the other is super sane, but they're actually both in the extremes, right? Because what you say, they're sides of the same coin, and that means they share something, right?
Hmm.
And to me, he needs to be like as crazy as the Joker, but on the other side of the line. So that's very interesting to me.
He's really a self-serving narcissist, and the reason why he can't kill is because, not because he actually cares about doing good, but he needs to be validated to be the hero because he
Yeah.
knows he's like them. He knows he's so full of this, resentment and rage that if he and narcissists have they cannot be the villain in the public eye. So it's all a facade. Batman don't give a damn about nobody except his own fragile ego.
Didn't
That's so well
Peacemaker
said.
say that in season 1 too to the neighbor? Like the neighbor brings up a, hey, why don't you like Batman have a rogue gallery and stuff? And he's like, ah, fuck Batman. I kill my villains because they just keep coming back to murder people. And he said exactly the same line.
Yeah, that's from Peacemaker, right? Yeah.
Yeah, season 1.
Yeah, that's by the way. See, that's another thing that we're looking forward to this summer. Amazing.
Hey, that's coming out. That's coming out a month after Superman does. Comes out in
Crazy.
August.
Crazy.
Which, by the way, that is going to show you how can I word it? That's going to show you like, well, you're going to see in Superman how different worlds are going to go down, and then you're going to see
Okay,
how
we get it.
Peacemaker
And
happened.
by the
Yeah,
way, I love the look of the pen in your hand because it looks like you're doing work during the show too. By the way, love that. Swaggle House has a check mark. We love Mickey. Yes, we do. Guys, you're gonna be disappointed in me, but
You peed your pants.
you missed the toilet.
No. I got it in the toilet, but we're gonna have to. This is on me. Casual cannons are great. We love the casual cannons, right? Tomas, you're 2 for 2, by the way. Christopher,
Yeah.
we hope you're going to continue to show up. Whenever you see, by the way, I don't think you understood. Whenever you see a casual cannon, Chris, the link is going to be down below for you to join.
Sounds good.
So we better see you here again.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think we're going to have to. This has been a fantastic casual cannon.
I agree.
We got a couple more hours. Let's keep it rolling, man.
I mean, if Joe were here, he could, and I could leave. But I'm the one controlling everything, and I'm hungry. I haven't eaten dinner, had some beers, and I'm feeling it right now.
Go
and I want to watch Ironheart. I'm not going to lie to you.
Wait, are we not showing comics? I thought we were showing comics.
It's just a casual canon. Do you want to show comics? You can show comics.
I have one.
Let's show it right now. What do you got? By the way, time out before you show it. It's too late. Never mind. Just do it. You always got the deep cuts, man.
Yeah.
Always got the deep cuts. Look at you.
I love Astro City and I love Kurt Busiek. And I know Kurt Busiek is not a big fan of Josh right now because he was the writer on Thunderbolts 1. But Astro City is one of my all-time favorite comic book runs of all time. And I got this. I was not expecting to buy this, and I found it, and I'm really, really happy.
Where do you find them? Like in Argentina? Real quick, this is how we're going to end the casual canon. Where was that an online buy?
That was an online auction buy.
Okay,
Yeah.
So are you able you have local comic book shops in Argentina, right?
We do. Yes.
That have slabs like that and
not really. Finding slab comics here is very difficult. I besides me, I only know one guy that has sent comics for grading. It's very hard. The return times are way harsher, and the shipping is terrible. So it's actually kind of hard to get slapped comics, and the thing is, most people here collect raw. Most people here have like 90s collections. There's really finding stuff before that is just for collectors, right? And the thing is, there's nobody selling. I mean, we could eventually have that someone's selling like their grandpa collection, but there's nobody selling the comics here that don't know what they are selling. So that the idea of finding like $1,000 book for 50 cents, that's unheard of here.
Right, right, right.
Everyone knows what they have
That's
because
good,
everyone
though.
here that has comics are collecting comics.
It's a knowledgeable community. All right, we're going to end real quick on Joshua showing us 3 comics. But before we do, Papa Smurf, by the way, big fan. Big fan. There's a lot of Smurfs you have to overlook. I think there's 100 Smurfs, all different personalities. So big fan of yours. Why does Hollywood remake
101 technically, 101 Smurfs.
Right. Sorry. I'm sorry. 101.
Fed is the
Why does
101.
Hollywood remake old movie characters and act like it's some brand new idea? It's because of money. And can we get the Canon crew to San Diego Comic-Con this year?
How about you come out to
Joe question. Joe is the chief financial officer of the Canon, so yeah. We'll figure that out, Mickey. We'd like to see you. All right. Okay. So real quick, Joshua, what do you got? 3 first guess, I guess.
I
right?
got 3 books. Real quick, I got this from Joe. This is exclusives for you guys. It'll be up on my channel eventually in a haul video. But Justice League of America issue number 7, the Funhouse edition.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, love that. You know, it's just like going to the old carnival and getting your body size made fun of and everything. So there's that. This next one is a In-Hunk Lee exclusive, or Lee In-Hunk exclusive of the Immortal She-Hulk.
I love that. That's freaking
Very
awesome.
cool.
Now this next one is really great. You know, we got Supergirl coming out next year, and I'm excited for this. And Joe had this done. Well, he bought it in a collection, but I guess it was done by an artist in Philadelphia. And this is Superman Unhinged, Superman Unhinged, the New 52, issue number 6. And it's my first ever cover art sketch.
Oh, whoa, hey.
Well, it's not bad, Jeff.
Nobody go visit him after hours.
Wow. This is a children-friendly show, for fuck's sakes. Like,
oh, come on.
Jeez.
Anyway, yeah, so Joe had that in the Justice League 7 for a long time, and they made a deal on the Elite. They were both like $60, and I shot out, and he wanted to get rid of them. And I said, "Hey, how about $80?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're the only sicko I know that would probably take that cover." And I think, "Well, look, man, I'm not going to turn that down. That's pretty good cover in my opinion."
It's cool.
Yes, good
I like that.
Alicia's watching, so I'm just like gonna play it cool. Anyways, this is the Casual Canon. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We are live every Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're gonna be live again this Sunday. It's gonna be a fun one. Tomas, Christopher, thank you for joining. You guys made that very special. Love this. We'll try and do more Casual Canons, and maybe we'll have it a little bit more structured. I don't know. We'll have to talk. Have a internal meeting to figure that out. But I'm hungry. Naomi, I know you said you were hungry. Josh, you're probably always hungry. But we love you all. Final words real quick. I'm going to name a name. You have the most you can say is 3 words. Tomas.
Always great to be here.
That's more. Christopher.
New album coming out. Check it out.
Yes, only OZ, but that's too many words.
I know. I tried.
Joshua.
Look up.
That's too,
Naomi?
too little.
This show rocks. It's
We
3.
love
He's
you.
the only one that
Thank
got
you
it.
again,
Yep.
everybody, for joining us on the Tuesday night. Be safe 4th of July if you celebrate it, please. And we will see you this Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. Until then, be good to yourself, be good to others, and